Hey, what is up guys, it's DragonxDuelist here, and today we're going to be analyzing this new ban list, which is effective from March 31st. So this, at the end of this month, it'll be effective. So let's go ahead and go through the changes of the ban list and talk about some of the cards. So immediately on the forbidden list is Magic Spectre Kirin. Now, I know a lot of people have been complaining about Kirin, and a lot of people absolutely hate this card. So now everybody's got their wish. Kirin is banned now, and the Tyrant Neptune is banned. I'm not sure why. I mean, as I read the effect, it's pretty overpowered. If you guys don't know what it does, it cannot be special summoned. You can tribute summon this card by tributing one monster. It gains the total original attack and defense of that monster's tributed for its tribute summon. When this card is tribute summoned, target one effect monster in the graveyard that was tributed for the tribute summon. This card's name becomes that target's name, and this card gains that target's effects. So that's pretty overpowered, but I'm not sure why it was hit. Why it was hit so hard. Because it's banned now. If anybody can tell me in the comments why this card was banned, please let me know. Because that one is pretty interesting. So going down, we got Vanity's Emptiness now banned. I'm really annoyed by this because first of all, pendulums can kind of run rampant now, and I paid $5 for this fucking card. When it came out, I paid $5 for it, and I still have it. And now I can't even use it. It's banned. Okay, so down to the limited, we have Max C. Everybody's gonna be devastated by this. Everybody loves to use double Max C in their decks. Now you're gonna have to use just one Max C. You're gonna have to just hope that you draw it now, without it actually being there with your 40 card deck. And especially if you have a 60 card deck, you're probably not going to be drawing Max C anytime soon. So next we have Rescue Cat. Don't know why it was limited. Well, it was forbidden. Okay, so it came back from the ban list. Bryanet came back. Brain Control came back, which is probably the one I'm most excited about. Future Fusion came back. It's probably the second one that I'm most excited about. Imperial Order came back. People really hate this card. If you guys don't know what it does, it negates all spell effects on the field, and during each of your standby phases, you pay 700 life points or destroy this card. So basically, those who like to keep people locked can benefit from having this card limited. You know, people that don't really like the meta, Gage, I know you don't like the meta if you are watching this, but yeah. And onto the semi-limited, we have Wisdom Eye Magician. It was limited. Don't know why it's semi-limited now. And we have Zodiac Rapier, Ratpier, which I know as Zodiac Momorat, which is one of the most important Zodiacs. It being semi-limited doesn't really affect the deck that much. Like, Konami's kind of beating around the bush with this one. They should have just either banned it or put it at 1, honestly. And it should have been multiple cards in Zodiacs that should have gotten hit instead of just Momorat. I know Momorat's probably the most important, but still, there's like a whole bunch of other Zodiacs you could potentially hit. And then you got supporting cards like, Terror Top that work in this deck, and, tanky, stuff like that. But they're kidding Momorat to 2, I guess. It's not really going to hurt him much, but after Link Summoning comes out, it's going to be pretty bad. Then we have Interrupted Kaiju Slumber at 2. It was at 3. I agree that this card is pretty overpowered. and it probably should be at 2. That's not too much, but it's not too little. You know, it's not that OP. Okay, so now we have Sangan at 3. It was forbidden. Okay, so Exodia has its searcher back. So we have an article from the Yu-Gi-Oh organization with regards to the forbidden and limited list changes. So basically, they're giving reasons why these 5 cards were taken off of the ban list, and it is because they got errated. So Brain Control's errata is its original effect is pay 800 life points and target one phase of monster your opponent controls. Take control of that target to the end phase. Now it is pay 800 life points and target one phase of monster your opponent controls that can be normal summoned or set. So monsters that can't be normal summoned or set, you know, like Dad and stuff like that, you can't take those, and you can take control of the target until the end phase. So basically, things that can be normal summoned or set. So not extra deck monsters, and not effect monsters that can't be normal summoned or set. So I mean, that's not really that much, but it's still a pretty good card overall because you do get to take your opponent's monsters. So Imperial Order's errata is negate all spell effects on the field during each standby phase. Pay 700 life points. If you cannot pay 700 life points, destroy this card. So that wasn't originally in the effect. So you can no longer optionally destroy the card. So now it's more of a double-edged sword than the temporary advantage. So Future Fusion's effect has changed. If its original effect is reveal one fusion monster in your extra deck, send from your main deck to the graveyard the fusion material monsters that are listed on that fusion monster card. During your second standby phase after this card's activation, special summon one of that fusion monster from your extra deck and target it with this card. This special summon is treated as a fusion summon. When this card leaves the field, destroy that target. When that target is destroyed, destroy this card. Now that was changed to during your first standby phase after activating this card, you have to use this effect. So the change here is that there's a 1 turn delay from sending cards from your deck to the graveyard, giving time for this card to serve as a dud instead of a foolish burial. So yeah. Next is Rescue Cat. Its original effect is you can send this face-up card to the graveyard to special summon 2 level 3 or lower beast type monsters from your deck. Those monsters are destroyed during the end phase. Now it's changed to you can send this face-up card to the graveyard, special summon 2 level 3 or lower beast type monsters from your deck, but their effects are negated and they're destroyed during the end phase. You can only use this effect of Rescue Cat once per turn. So now you can only use it once per turn, and their effects are negated while also being destroyed during the end phase. So that's still kind of good if you're running like beast type archetype, but it's their effects are negated, so it can't be like really overused. So Bryanax effect, you can discard any number of cards to the graveyard to target the same number of cards on the field. Return those targets to hand. Now I don't think that was really that overpowered, but they changed it to you can discard any number of cards to the graveyard to target an equal number of cards your opponent controls. So you can't target cards you control. Return those targets to the hand. You can only use effect once per turn. So the problem with this one was that you can use it multiple times per turn, but now you can only use it once per turn. So that's kind of a good thing. Okay, so they changed Goya Guardian for some reason. Goya Guardian has an errata, which is only the requirement. Now it's 1 Earth tuner instead of just 1 tuner. Okay, so it's not generic anymore. Now you have to have an Earth tuner. Okay, so that's pretty bothersome, but regardless. So Necro Valley got errated. I'm pretty sure all the uh, all the anti-meta players are pretty angry about this one. But it says all Gravekeeper's monsters gain 500 attack and defense. Cards in either player's graveyard cannot be banished. Negate any card effect that will remove a card in the graveyard other than itself into a different place. So that was changed too. All Gravekeeper's monsters gain 500 attack and defense. Cards in either player's graveyard cannot be banished. Negate any card effect that will move a card in the graveyard to a different place. So any card that can move itself to the graveyard can't be used. So yeah. Sangan's errata. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, add one monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck to your hand, but you cannot activate cards or the effective cards with that name for the rest of the turn. You can only use it once per turn. So to prevent unenjoyable solitaire combos. So yeah, stuff like that. So that was the ban list. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below what you think of the ban list and what you think of the erratas for the newly changed cards from the ban list. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Be sure to tell me why the Tyrant Neptune is banned if you guys do know. And yeah, that is it, guys. I'm signing out. Peace.